Hey, thanks for slithering in. Welcome back to another Paralives video where today we are decorating an apartment, a rather oddly shaped apartment, but I really wanted to really kind of explore the color wheel a little bit in this one. So we are starting right off the bat with picking different textures and colors for this little entryway, like kind of dump all table is what I was thinking. You know, that one table you have in your house that just collects all of the clutter when you walk into the house. Mine's the dining table, even though it's literally in the middle of the house. But it's like across from, not really across, it's adjacent to our bedroom. So I guess maybe that's why, but that's usually where we just come in and dump all those things, and then it drives me crazy even though we don't even use the dining room table. But I digress. I'm getting off on a tangent here. I really had fun with this build here. I really wanted to, like I said, use the color wheel, really explore the more colorful side of Paralives. My last build, I felt like I kept it somewhat tame, at least until the very last room that I decorated. So if you have not seen that full build yet, make sure you go and do so. I'll have it linked probably in the end card or something of this video too, so you can easily find it. Also, in the entryway here, I do create this sort of gallery wall art moment where I'm also using some of the wall hangings that I didn't get to use the last time. I did use that like bee, bug, moth, beetle, like little pendant item, I think. But there was also like this little skateboard wall art, which I think is super cute and super fun. And I should mention that I did decorate this apartment before there was like a couple of updates to the game. So currently we have a lot more photo options to kind of upload if you don't want to upload your own. And I think there's like towels for the bathroom. There's like some of those things. This is right after the, I think it was the unpacking update collab that they did. So you can see I put a box down here. And now I can't even remember if that stays there. So I think I end up putting a couple of different poofs there since it's under the stairs. Maybe that's a good place to put your shoes on. And they're not functional at this point in time anyway, but I don't know. We're gonna experiment with some things here, so this is super fun. I really love that you can kind of customize the shoe rack a little bit and just like get a different couple of shoe clutters, maybe like change the position and stuff. We got slippers there and some sneakers. We're getting some hanging lights, and of course we have a couple of plants here as well. And I know right now it looks like Symtherin, there's not much color happening in this entryway. There's a little bit, but you're still kind of, you know, being conservative here, which shame on me. But I find this wallpaper, which I end up using, and then that kind of kickstarts more of the color exploration. And we're using literally a lot of yellows and oranges and blues. And oh my god, I apologize for that zooming around. I probably should have edited that out, shouldn't I have? I'm still getting used to the game and the filming of this kind of like camera stuff happening, so please bear with me. I apologize. Thanks for your patience, all of that. Over here, we are working on the living room, so I wanted to make sure we had a nice little TV, get some speakers here. I think I ended up getting a stereo. I can't remember. I thought about it. We'll see. But here is our sofa, and I think the sofa becomes orange at some point. I think I keep this one. I did struggle for a bit trying to find a rug to put under here, and I think ultimately I keep this one because I thought it was such a fun pattern and almost kind of against that wallpaper. It kind of clashes a little bit, which I think is fun. I also just discovered that dino lamp, and how freaking cute. I need to do another kids room so I can use that. And by another, I mean a kids room, because I actually haven't done a kids room just quite yet in this game. That'll probably be in the next build that I'm working on because it is a little bigger, and if I'm remembering the floor plan correctly, there's room for a couple of bedrooms, so I'll have to do a kids one for sure. We are decorating the couch with lots of cute little pillows. This is where we're going to bring in some more of the oranges. I love the little chicken. I just love it so much, and I wish I had one in real life. And then over here in this corner, since we don't have too many like skill building objects at this point in this version of the game yet, at least, but we do have an art easel, so we're going to make a little artist studio corner. I have a feeling a lot of us are going to be doing this for a while until there are other like hobby skills available. So this is still super cute because I'll never get tired of doing like a little artist corner because I do it all the time in The Sims, but it's even more fun to do it here. And we're getting some more clutter items here as well, like a little end table. I hung up some roller skates but moved them over to the entrance because I think that made more sense. We also found some like more plushies to put in the living room, a little backpack, and oh, I love doing this little trick. I found this like crate object. So I was like, oh, maybe this is where we just kind of dump all of our artist supplies. So I got like some paintbrushes in there and the little what do you call it? The color palette thing that you hold. I'm not a painter, so I wouldn't know. If you know, let me know in the comments. Teach me something. I'm very curious what that's called. I could look it up, but I have you, so let me know. But anyway, we get like the little cute little goose paintings up in here. I did change the art easel color to a blue, which I thought was super fun because I was like, we need more color. Give me all of the color. And then we also get like a little bookshelf here. And on this one, I end up putting a bunch of little different clutter pieces. I saw, I think it was Koki Creative, size down this cow object and use it as a little piece of clutter because its regular size is like humongous. And I thought that was so cute. So I did that here. So thank you, Koki, for that little trick. I can't remember the original layout of this apartment, but I think I pretty much kept it the same. I didn't really deviate from what was already here, so I didn't have to think too hard. But behind the couch, we're putting a little two-seater dining table. I'm gonna add some clutter up here as well, a plant, and I forget what else I put up here. Oh, these little dice for some reason. Maybe they play Yahtzee at the table. Then I found this cute little dolly object and I was really trying to make it work. Did I end up making it work? I think I did, but actually now that I'm remembering, because I already recorded the playtest that you'll see at the very end. Nope, it like disappeared. It literally just did. Like I blinked and now it's gone. So that happened. I don't know. I'm not quite sure why, but it's probably a glitch or something. Either way, I thought that item was really cute, so if you wanted to add it, you totally could. But I don't know. I thought it was fun. So now we're working on the kitchen here, and I do have to say real quick before we talk about it, if you hear any weird background noise, I apologize. My kitten has just started zooming in and out of my office. So she's a little bit hyper right now, but she's at the point where she pretty much knows the house pretty well, so I'm not really concerned about her like doing that on her own. So we're in good shape here. She's so independent. I love her so much. But back to the kitchen here. We've got the layout pretty much figured out here, and now I'm playing around with like these custom cabinet tools, and I think they're super fun. I get this cute little shelf over here, which I thought was rather realistic, if I say so myself. I think having a shelf like this, it's like a pantry shelf, would be pretty, pretty realistic. I know at least my mother has one. It's much bigger than this. My boyfriend's mother has one that's also much bigger than this. So I think it makes sense. It works for the space. And I liked it. So we're adding a water bottle on the table here instead of putting it here with all the food and flour and things of that nature. And then we're going to clutter up the counters. I think I went really overboard with the kitchen clutter because I didn't do it too crazy in my last kitchen, which is a shame because it's literally one of my favorite things to do in cozy life simulators like this where you can build and decorate, is just to clutter up the kitchen so much. I honestly, in my experience, the kitchens have always been the most cluttered spaces. I mean, the kitchen is where the heart is. you know? Oh, hello, Willow. I don't know if you just heard her meow. It was kind of quiet, but she's here now. Hopefully calming down a little bit, but probably not. But anyway, the kitchens in real life that I've seen are really cluttered. Obviously, the ones online, not so cluttered. And honestly, in my opinion, feel a little unattainable and unrealistic. So that's just my thoughts. Anyway, what is... Okay, she wants to go down. I'm sorry. She was like rolling around in my lap or something. I was like, what are you doing? You're gonna like fall off and hit your head. So, yes. Anyway, we add more pops of orange in here with this orange tile, which I think is super cute. And here we go again with playing around with the color wheel, with the cutting boards. I'm sorry. But yeah, as you can see, there's a ton of clutter on those counters. Is pretty much what I'm getting at. Over on this wall, we get an apron hung up with some of these cleaning supplies. Is it sanitary to have your apron hung up next to your broom and dustpan? Probably not. But we're not working in a restaurant. We're at home and we break rules at home, you know? Oh, you just want your little pets. You're tired. You've been zooming around for hours. Before we go upstairs, we're going to decorate this little tiny itsy baby little balcony. All we get is a plant, some string lights, and a yoga mat. And that's pretty much all we do here. Oh, maybe a hanging plant too. Oh, cute. I thought it looked really fun. Here I am getting some more money. I love cheat codes, but upstairs we have like this little, I guess it's a lofted space. It's not really that lofted, but it's right off the landing. There's no door to your bedroom, so we're going to call it that. This is the bedroom, and we are leaning into a lot of yellows in here too. And then when we get to the bathroom, we continue more of the blues and oranges. So I thought that was super, super fun and super neat. I decided to stick with like this single bed here because we don't have too much space up here, and it just made sense for what we were working with today. There's been a new development. The kitten is back in my lap and playing with my pen that I like to fidget with while I'm doing these voiceovers. So I guess she's part of the fidgeting if you hear any chewing. I need to remember to pop up a picture on the screen for you guys because I think I forgot to do that the last time when I introduced her. But she is so sweet. I love her. She's a little torty, and I can't wait to see what her coloring is going to look like when she's older, although I'm really enjoying the kitten phase. We've had puppies before. Like, we've had both our dogs since they were puppies. Literally, like, 4, 5, 6 months old-ish, around there. So, we're very familiar with the puppy phase. My first cat I got when she was already, like, a year old. So, I guess you can kind of call that a kitten, but she was definitely full grown by the time we got her. So, this has been really fun having a kitten around, and it's been crazy. So we're very blessed and happy to have her in our lives right now. Especially, like, I missed my other cat. I hate to bring it about, like, I'm just gonna yap about my pets right now because I've mentioned it before. Earlier this year in January, we had to say goodbye to my older cat. And then 2 years ago, we had to say goodbye to one of our dogs as well. So she's like a mix of them because she's kind of got his coloring, some of her coloring. She was a black cat, like all black cat. So kind of, sort of. But then the dog was a German Shepherd. So she's got a lot of the same colors. And I don't know. I think we were ready. And we're very happy, aren't we? Yeah? Okay. We're going to stop talking to her. Back to the build. We got the little cute wavy mirror. This is where I bring in some of the oranges from downstairs. And then I had really so much fun cluttering up this shelf here. We got this empty shelf, like it's a wicker kind of material. And I got like folded clothes on there, lamps, some more books, like these cute little mushroom pieces I thought were fun. We have a laundry basket on the floor, which I think was realistic. We have that one, but we also have like a wicker laundry basket too. I wonder if this para just has so many clothes they don't know what to do with it, or they never put their clothes away, you know, and they probably have to take it to a laundromat too, hence the basket and stuff. So I thought that was fun. I ended up with using this dresser or wardrobe item. I played with the locker ones, but I was like, maybe that's not for this para. I really don't think it is. But either way, maybe one day I could use that. I think that would be fun. She's trying to climb up on top of me to get the pen. Okay, that hurts. She thinks I'm a tree, pretty much, and it was so funny. I'm back to the kitten, by the way, as we're cluttering up. I'm so sorry. It's just because she's right here. Hopefully you don't mind. I was on the phone with my mom one day, and I was wearing shorts because we were in a heat wave, and I was also feeding her and the other cat we care for right now. And if you know cats, they get crazy for feeding time and stuff. This one decides to climb up my bare leg with her nails, and I like screamed bloody murder. My mom was like, "What the heck is happening?" I was like, "Oh, she climbed me." We're trying to teach her out of it, but there's still moments where we don't catch it in time. So she's getting better, I will say that. But anyway, over here by the landing, we get another little gallery wall art moment happening. We have a vent here and a bike, which I think probably in hindsight, this is a bad spot for a bike, because how are you gonna like turn it around that corner? I have no idea whatsoever. On the shelf, we get a plant and some storage boxes. Just, I didn't know what to do with that space, so that's what happened. The final piece of the puzzle here is the bathroom upstairs. This is where I struggled because it is such a weird shaped bathroom, so I decided to do like my own makeshift shower moment here. So this is where we get a lot of orange tile. I get the, it's not the safety rail. I was gonna say handicap rail, but everyone should have a safety rail in their showers. I 100% believe in that. So, oh my god, you almost fell. I'm so sorry. She's falling asleep. And yeah, over here in this bathroom, we get like this single shower. Here's the rail here. And like I said before, the update came out, the most recent one, because now we have actual towels that you can put up on the racks. So I would have added that here, but it's not here. So if you do download this build off the workshop, then you can totally add one. Up on this shelf here, we get some like little storage things. I put toothpaste and a toothbrush in here. And there's a story for that, because sometimes I like to personally kill two birds with one stone. I like nighttime showers, and I will literally take my shower and brush my teeth in there for the night because I'm already here. I'm like right here. Why not? So that might be a controversial take or anything, but you guys can let me know. We can debate in the comment section. Over on the side of the bathroom, however, we get blue tile, and we get this like little floor tile, which I thought was super cute. I used the color wheel to kind of customize that too with the little orange details. Kind of really ties in the rest of the build, I feel like. And then we just get your basics. We get a toilet. I played around with maybe making it a little colorful toilet, but ultimately we kept it white. Maybe I'll have to do that some other time in the future. So stay tuned. And then we're just looking for wall art. I'm using this piece again and some hanging plants. And then we're gonna clutter up this little, I guess, bar cart, reading cart, but it's a toiletry cart. So we get all of your necessities there, some extra towels, some extra toilet paper, etc. And then finally, we just have to figure out our mirror and sink situation. So we pull out, I think we keep with this mirror, and then we get a couple of cabinets here, some extra storage, which I think is really, really smart. I actually would like drawers like that in my own bathroom. My whole house just needs more storage, to be honest, and we're working on it. We're slowly working on it, at least. Our kitchen project has been put on hold for a couple of months at this point because we just got busy, and it just, we'll get to it. We're gonna get to it, I promise. But then, yeah, I was just looking for some other clutter, and we're getting some more pictures here. I get a picture of my last Paralives build, so here I am teasing my last build again. Go and check out that video after this one if you haven't. Though these are my only 2 Paralives videos at this point, but there will be more. And then, yeah, we're gonna add a clown, apparently, and this is the build. So let's hop into live mode and play test it and walk through a little bit. Okay, I hopped into live mode to test this apartment out, and I just realized this cow is just like floating up in the world for some reason. He's actually supposed to be up on this shelf, so we'll We'll fix you, little guy. There you go, all perfect. Well, here is our little colorful apartment. We will have our para come in and enter her little home here. This first floor is very colorful, as I said, very much leaning into a lot of the oranges and greens and things of that kind of color scheme. Honestly, I think she fits right in here, don't you think? So, let's see if we can do some yoga out on this balcony. It's a really small balcony, but it works, so that's kind of convenient. I don't know if I would trust myself on a balcony this small doing yoga. I feel like I would fall right off, to be honest. Let's move over to the living room, make sure we can sit on our sofa. Can we watch some TV? There we go, we're watching the news. That doesn't sound very fun, so we're gonna cancel that. Nothing exciting happening here. Over in this corner we have like a little artist studio corner. We'll come and paint. Maybe let's do abstract. I don't think I've done an abstract painting in here, in this game anyway. But in this corner we've got a bookshelf with some clutter. We've got this little cow up here. He's still floating, or she is still floating up there a little bit, but you know, that's quite alright. Well, that looks like a fun little painting and perfect for our little house here. You're checking social media. Cool. Can I put that on the wall? I can. Oh my god, that's fun. I can even resize it. I don't know if that's realistic, but you know. There we go. We have our own little painting up. Over here we have our kitchen, so we should make sure we can cook. Let's do some frozen pizza. That sounds yummy. What is your favorite frozen pizza brand? I want to know down below. Mine is, I'm really torn between two, actually. I love a good frozen home run in pizza, but I've also been really into, there's this brand called Screaming Sicilian. It's so good, and they have like a stuffed crust frozen pizza, which is amazing. Those would be my top two for sure. But let me know yours. I'm curious. Oh my god, doesn't that look so good? Apparently we're taking it upstairs. I think I may have cluttered it up a little too much over here. So, oops. Oh my god, I'm sorry. We're gonna put it up here. If that isn't Sims coded, I don't know what else is. And she's gonna go and eat downstairs. Is she gonna sit at the table? Oh yay, she sat at the table. That's so cute. Okay, well, up here is our bathroom. So I guess we'll just leave that there for now. I don't know. A little weird. Let's come and test out the bathroom up here. We lean into a lot of the blues. I liked using this flooring with like the orange detailing a little bit, and then used orange a ton in this shower here. And I have a picture of my last Paralives build, so that's cute. I'm working on getting some better artwork and stuff that I can add in here too, so good. She's gonna wash her hands right away, and then let's test out taking a shower. This is where I'm not quite sure if it's gonna work. I don't know. Okay, that works. Now take a shower. For some reason, that part of this is not working. So let's hop into build mode. I don't know if I have to like move it a little bit. Okay. Maybe it just wasn't snapping right, but now that is working. I did add the little hair detail, so I'm sorry if that grosses you out, but I thought it was funny. While she's finishing that, this is our little landing where we have a gallery wall over here with some cute pictures. We have another bookcase, a bike for storage. This would probably be so annoying in real life to try and get in and out of here, but you know, it looked cute. And just some extra storage and a little plant. And then over here is the bedroom where we lean into a lot of the oranges and yellows again. Lots of clutter on top of our wardrobe here. Let's take a power nap. Then we also have lots of wall art as well. And another, I love this little cute like shelving unit here. I think that's so fun. And of course I wanted to use the wavy mirror. But our bed works too, which is good. And that's it. We also have like this little ring here. I don't know. Maybe that's a little lore that you can kind of play around with if you use this build. Well, that has been my very first Paralives apartment. I had so much fun. Let me know if you want to see more apartments in Paralives. I am excited to get into building some more in this game too. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm getting used to the tools a little bit, so we're excited. You can grab this apartment off of the Steam Workshop. I'll put like a little screenshot up on the screen here so you can see. And I can't think of it at the moment, but I will make sure that I put my workshop name up above to my little, like, I guess gallery ID, you should say. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe before you go. And thanks again for slithering in. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.